Today on MUFC Pulse, we'll dive into some incredibly intriguing news. The asking price for the highly rated Morgan Rogers, and bad news ahead of Man United hosting Crystal Palace. For more on this story, check out the video. We also have some equally exciting football news coming up, so stay tuned until the end to catch it all. Welcome to MUFC Pulse. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell for more updates. Manchester United keep tabs on Aston Villa's starlet Morgan Rogers. The Red Devils are reportedly drawing up a serious blueprint to lure the Aston Villa talisman to Old Trafford as a cornerstone of their long-term project. Rogers is viewed as the ideal candidate to inject fresh creativity into the final third, even being touted as the natural successor to Bruno Fernandes. However, United's pursuit is far from a foregone conclusion, as Villa find themselves in a commanding position at the negotiating table. On the back of a scintillating campaign, racking up 10 goals and 7 assists this term, the Villains have slapped a hefty price tag on him, thought to be in the region of £80 million to £100 million. Furthermore, with Rogers recently committing his future to Villa Park until 2031, Unai Emery is under no pressure to sanction the sale of his prize asset unless a club record fee is tabled. Speculation regarding a move has intensified following reports that the youngster is in the process of changing his representation, a maneuver often seen as a precursor to a high-profile transfer. Should Ineos manage to get this deal over the line, Rogers would become a vital pillar in United's ambition to rebuild a squad that has struggled for identity in recent years. Grim news ahead of Manchester United's clash with Crystal Palace. Manchester United are gearing up to host Crystal Palace at Old Trafford for a crucial matchday 28 encounter of the 2025-2026 Premier League campaign. This fixture carries immense weight for both sides, each battling at different ends of the table with distinct ambitions. Crystal Palace currently find themselves stuck in 13th place with 35 points, off the back of a season consisting of 9 wins, 8 draws, and 10 defeats. The South Londoners will be desperate to avoid a late-season slide into the bottom half of the table. For Manchester United, this match represents a golden opportunity to climb the ladder. The Red Devils have a massive chance to leapfrog into third place should they maintain their winning form. The door has been left wide open after their rivals, Aston Villa, suffered a shock defeat at the hands of basement dwellers Wolves, sending the race for the Champions League spots into overdrive. It is exactly the kind of six-pointer atmosphere that the Old Trafford faithful relish as the season reaches its business end. The current state of the table plays right into United's hands, as they boast a superior goal difference over Villa. With that advantage in the bank, a victory over the Eagles would automatically see them usurp their rivals and secure a spot in the top 3. There is a palpable sense of motivation within the United squad not to squander such a rare chance in front of the Stretford end. The players know full well that clinical finishing tonight could be the difference between a comfortable spring and a frantic scramble for the top 4. Looking back at previous encounters, United have every reason to feel confident. In the reverse fixture back in November, they secured a convincing away win under the guidance of Ruben Amorim. However, as we approach this Old Trafford showdown, both squads have been hit by an injury blight forcing the managers to have a bit of a selection headache, with Crystal Palace reportedly missing 4 of their key men. It's a proper test of squad depth that will see which side has the grit to grind out a result under the floodlights. The first name ruled out is their midfield linchpin, Sheikh Doucouré, who is still sidelined with a serious knee injury sustained in January 2025. After undergoing ACL surgery and attempting a return to training, Doucouré reportedly suffered a setback with his knee, forcing the medical staff to take a cautious approach. Manager Oliver Glasner has insisted the club won't be rushing him back, noting the mental toll on a player who has spent nearly the entire season stuck in the gym doing rehab. Further grim news comes from the attacking department, with Edward Nketiah absent due to a recurring hamstring strain that flared up during his recovery. Glasner stated that following a hiccup in the healing process, Nketiah remains a few weeks away and isn't expected to lace up his boots until April 2026. Glasner even openly admitted to feeling a touch of guilt for not subbing Nketiah off earlier during several high-intensity matches, which likely contributed to the muscle tear. The Eagles are also feeling the pinch in midfield and defense with the loss of Jefferson Lerma, who has been nursing a hamstring injury since mid-February 2026. This has forced the team to get creative at the back, as Lerma was often deployed as a makeshift center-half before being crocked. Glasner expressed his frustration at losing Lerma's leadership and physical presence during a frantic period of Premier League and UEFA Conference League action, especially after the player suffered a minor setback for 4 weeks just as he felt he was turning a corner. The fourth player set to miss out is Jean-Philippe Mateta, who is struggling with a right knee issue, the very same problem that saw a £30 million move to Milan collapse in January. It's understood Mateta failed his medical in Milan due to inflammation in the knee that has been niggling him since November 2024. There were serious fears he might face a lengthy spell on the sidelines if surgery was required to fix the issue properly. However, Glasner confirmed that after consulting several specialists, it was decided Mateta won't need to go under the knife. Despite dodging the operating table, Mateta remains unavailable for the United clash as he continues intensive rehab to strengthen the muscles around the joint. With 4 main pillars of the team out of action, Crystal Palace face a massive uphill battle at the Theatre of Dreams to thwart the hosts' ambitions. Now, Manchester United must capitalize on a depleted visiting side to bag all 3 points. Barcelona and Man United reach common ground for Rashford transfer. The Catalan giants, Barcelona, have reportedly reached a unanimous decision to make Marcus Rashford's stay permanent. Since arriving in Spain on loan from Manchester United last July, the Englishman has established himself as a linchpin in the Blaugrana's attacking ranks. Latest reports suggest the club's hierarchy is thoroughly impressed with the instant impact made by the 28-year-old. Rashford's statistics during his loan spell speak volumes. Across 34 competitive appearances, he has registered 10 goals and 13 assists, an impressive tally proving he has adapted seamlessly to the technical demands of La Liga. His presence has added a fresh dimension to Barcelona's forward line, making him one of the most consistent performers under the current coaching staff. Despite his success in Spain, the door at Old Trafford remains somewhat ajar. Should Manchester United's current interim manager, Michael Carrick, be appointed on a permanent basis this coming summer, his boyhood club is said to be ready to welcome him back with open arms. Rashford had amassed over 400 appearances for the Red Devils before embarking on his loan move. However, Barcelona's desire to secure Rashford's services permanently appears to align with the player's own wishes. Rashford is reportedly chuffed with his new life in Barcelona and feels right at home at Barcelona. It is highly probable that the England international will opt to remain in Spain rather than return to the Premier League next season. Truth be told, the lad seems to have found his spark again under the Mediterranean sun, far away from the relentless scrutiny of the British tabloids. From an administrative standpoint, Barcelona's path to full ownership of Rashford is relatively straightforward. The club simply needs to trigger the €30 million permanent by option embedded in the loan agreement. This figure is viewed as a bargain for Barca, given Rashford's pedigree and wealth of experience at the pinnacle of European football. In the grand scheme of things, securing a player of his caliber for such a modest sum is a proper bit of business that the board simply couldn't turn down. Interestingly, Barcelona and Manchester United have reportedly agreed on a payment structure to ease the Catalan club's financial burden. The €30 million transfer fee is set to be paid in 3 annual installments of roughly €10 million. This arrangement serves as a clever solution amidst the financial hurdles Barca has navigated in recent years. It's a sensible bit of kit, really, allowing the club to keep their books tidy while still landing their top target. The primary focus for Barcelona's management now is ensuring the deal complies with La Liga's financial fair play regulations. Beyond the transfer fee, Rashford's wage packet remains a key consideration. However, reports indicate that salary will not be a major sticking point, as personal terms were previously settled with the player's representatives without the need for grueling renegotiations. Rashford himself has previously touched upon how much he is enjoying his football in Spain, free from the weight of heavy expectations. For him, representing Barcelona is a massive honor, and his dream of experiencing Spanish football has become a reality. He feels warmly embraced by both teammates and supporters, making him feel well and truly at home. He's taken to the local way of life like a duck to water, even if he still fancies a proper brew every now and then. Rashford's journey at Barcelona marks a significant turning point, especially considering he joined after being sidelined in the so-called bomb squad under Ruben Amorim at Manchester United. With his form continuing to soar, Rashford's future now looks destined to be written in the famous Blaugrana colors of the Catalan pride. It's a remarkable turnaround for a player many had written off, proving that sometimes a change of scenery is just what the doctor ordered. Hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comment your opinion.